Welcome to the Sip and Chat. Thank you all so much for being a part of Love Marlene 411, where we sip and chat and we talk about very important topics. So, myself and my wonderful co host, Miss Nexie, are going to be talking to you all today about mental health awareness. Let's welcome Miss Nexie to the Sip and Chat.
Hello, Marlene. Hello,
Hi.
chat. How are you today? How
Doing
are you again, I should say.
how are you again and again and
Exactly,
again?
again and again and again.
So, okay, you know what I gotta say. Miss
Yes,
Nexie, what are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on a very large, just freshly
Mm.
made cup of coffee. It's cold,
Ooh.
it's rainy here. I'm cold, so I don't like tea that much, so I made myself a cup of coffee.
I think that was some shade to everybody who's listening right now. That was some shade because she knows that I'm a tea. The shade.
Yes, it's only for Marlene, not for anybody else who likes it. I just say it because of Marlene. Okay, now I have to ask Marlene, what
Hmm.
are you sipping on tonight?
And just because you said that, I am having tea. A
I knew you were
very
gonna go.
yes, I am. A very large cup of peppermint tea
Oh,
with some shavings of white chocolate.
I don't like you anymore. Because that's the
Yeah.
only tea I can actually like, peppermint. That is so delicious.
Yeah. Hey, Boss Life Online.
Hey, Gio, how are you today?
Yes, welcome in. So that's what I'm sipping. And Gio, what are you sipping on tonight? It's very interesting what people say that they sip on. Some people like me who are bad sip on ice cream. It's acceptable. It's acceptable. It passes.
Gio's with me. I love you, Gio. I love you, Gio. See, I already
Oh,
told you, Marlene. I
oh,
loves me, my Gio.
you,
Told you,
you
I loves me
coffee
some
people.
Gio.
Nexty, I really do love you, but you and coffee,
I,
mm,
teas, Marlene, teas. They say that is something that you have to grow into that flavor, right? Like something that
yeah.
through time you come to love. Yeah, I
Mm.
haven't been there yet. No, I'm not going there. Yeah, no.
That's
They,
okay. That's okay.
but
That's okay.
the
You
funny thing
gotta
is
throw
that
the shade at me.
my
Hmm.
sisters are tea lovers. They love teas. Hardly drink coffee. I am the one with the coffee addiction. That's all I have
That's
to
what
say.
it's okay. I believe everybody has their addiction to something, and mine, besides tea, is chocolate. So I combined them tonight. Tea and chocolate. Yeah, I combined it. So
Yep, I love my dark chocolate.
we're not going there, okay?
No, I do like dark chocolate. Marley, no, I don't like, how they have milk chocolate, or, I mean, I will eat a little bit of a white chocolate, but no, I love me some dark chocolate.
I'm
You
not
are,
gonna be you. You are not gonna get me to go down that
I'm not
slippery slope.
going
I know
anywhere.
what you're doing,
I'm
Nexie. I know what
Marlene.
you're doing.
I
Okay.
know you love your white chocolate. Go ahead,
I
have it.
do love my white chocolate. I love my white chocolate, and you can keep the dark chocolate, okay?
Oh, I
So
will.
I know. So hey, Miss Tamika, how are you doing?
Hi,
Welcome.
Tamika.
And
Thank
we
you
have
for
Keith,
coming.
and we have Keith West in the house. How
Oh,
are you doing?
Keith. Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you guys so much for being here for the sip and chat. And I see Gio says she's having her coffee. Tamika
Hmm.
and Keith, what are you guys sipping on? This is the sip and chat. So you're going to see while Nexie is talking, I will have it on mute because I'm going to be guzzling my tea and probably go make another one and then shave some more white chocolate in here. But yeah. So,
Rub it in. Go ahead.
yeah, yep.
Go ahead,
So,
Marty.
Miss Nexty, let's get started on today's topic. During this time of the year, so a lot of us, our mental health is not always in the best space, and for various reasons. One of them could be, the weather changing.
Mhm.
It gets colder. That can bring about some seasonal depression. Um, with this time of the year, it reminds you of, your loneliness if you live by yourself.
Mhm.
And
Sometimes it brings a lot of anxiety as well, Marlene.
right. Also missing
The
key
season
people.
can be very
Yeah,
hectic.
missing key people that we really love that are no longer with us. So, it's a lot to juggle during this time of the year. But, we wanted to come on here because, of course, this channel is Love Marlene 411. And we go into matters of the heart and the matters of the head. So we've got to make sure that we're doing okay mentally and how we're doing emotionally. That really does matter to me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marlene. I lost you there. I
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, I didn't. I don't know. Something is wrong with the connection. I was trying to listen to you, but I couldn't. No, but
Oh,
I'm sorry. It's okay. What I was saying earlier is, it brings on a lot of unnecessary anxiety as well.
yes.
Because of the shopping, and sometimes we're tight on money, because of everything's so expensive right now, and then going into all of the different gatherings, and then add on to that the family members that come along with all of that, the negativity that comes along with everybody getting together. So that, we
Oh boy. Nexty, hold on. I'm gonna have to pause. I'm gonna go have to go get my tequila or something and pour in. If we got to start talking about what relatives do, I'm gonna have to pause. I'm gonna have to mute myself and go get.
and the thing is that we put a lot of us don't have the mindset sometimes, because of we're at work so busy, we're always on the go, and then the holidays kick in, and it's all this added stress. When we go into the different parties, our minds are not there. We get, like I said, that unnecessary anxiety from them. And a lot of times it's not that. Sometimes you don't even want to go to these parties, but it's that you cannot go because families always expect you to be there.
It's one of those things. Be there or be square. Like you're gonna be,
Mm.
you're gonna be like underneath the bottom of everybody's shoe if you don't.
Yes,
If you know what I mean.
and the whole year, right? Oh, so she decided. Oh, she didn't go to Christmas, but she decided to come to your birthday party. Oh, I guess there's something wrong with me then.
Yeah. Then it starts to be so many other problems. And let me acknowledge this comment. Keith says, I'm at work, so I'll grab a water for now. Usually I'll have a shot of Crown Royal and Coke. Okay, Keith. All right. Okay.
That
And
sounds
realist,
delicious, actually.
yeah, it does. And we got realist one in the building.
Hello, realist. What is he sipping on?
Yeah, realist, what are you sipping on? I'm the only one who I'm the tea girl over here. I'm the reasonable one having my tea with my shavings of white chocolate because I'm such a good girl. But Miss Nexie, I know she has coffee and
Dark coffee and dark chocolate.
we're not going there. We're really not. We're really not. I'm trying my best to be good, but I feel like this one
See,
I'm not going to be.
there's the difference between you and I, Marlene, because I am good. The one here with the bad head. going there. It's you. I am just
Well,
a bundle of joy and calmness and cuteness and good girl.
yeah. Yeah, believe that if you want to, okay? Believe that if you want to. So everybody, if you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. All right, Miss Nexie, we were just
Hmm.
talking about, the how it really is, I know Keith just says that he usually doesn't celebrate the holidays, but there's a lot of people, even if we don't even talk about the holiday part, but just this time of the year where the weather changes. And I don't know about you guys, but like during this time of the year, it's like 4 p.m. and it's dark.
Hmm.
That makes me feel some type of way. It kind of, I don't know. Can I say that like it messes me up in the head a little bit?
Yes, it's depressing. It's because you're so you see, you and I both live in coastal areas, right?
Mhm.
And we're used to the sun going down till 7 p.m., 8 p.m. sometimes. The sun shines so early and stays on all day. So when it comes down and it's dark, it kind of depresses you because you feel like the day has gone so fast and it's only 4 o'clock
I
or
know.
5 o'clock sometimes, and you feel like the entire day and you haven't accomplished much, which is kind of weird.
I know it is kind of weird, and but I know it makes me feel some type of way that I definitely feel uh I how do I say it? I definitely it's like as the the sun goes down, it's like when you're already like at 4 o'clock, it's not normal to
Hmm.
be putting on pajamas. I'm like, who have I turned into, Nexie? Who have I turned into putting on my pajamas at 4 p.m.? Like, who
No,
does this?
what
My
about
niece,
this? What
my
about this?
listen, Nexie, you got to hear this. My niece
Go for
stopped
it.
by at like 5 o'clock, and she says, "What are you, 90?"
Okay, okay. My age is really close to yours as well here, Marlene, because at 4:30, like no, actually 5:30, I was gonna go to the store, and I had been telling my son I'm gonna go to the store, and then he's like, "Have you gone to the store yet?" I said, "No, but I don't think I'm going anymore because it's already dark outside." And he's like, "So I don't want to go to the store by myself." He's like, "What is wrong with you?" He didn't say how old are you, 90, but my years and the look he gave me probably said, "What's wrong with you? How old are you?" 100.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You.
go to the store dark. Before it didn't matter, but now it's like I don't want to go to the store when it's super dark. And I live in a very safe, very, very safe place.
Hmm.
I just the night
Okay.
times just
I feel like as we get older, as we age, I was like, oh my God. I remember one day I was like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mother. I was like, please, somebody stop it. Stop it. And nobody can stop it. I am my mother. I was like, I look at myself and I'm like, I'm in pajamas at 4:30. And then I was like, okay, I have to learn to be okay with it.
Oh, Marlene, my goodness. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't know you were gonna go there, but
Yep.
what I have. I know that a lot. Keith and other people don't celebrate, right, the holidays, and
Hmm.
it's okay with that. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. But what I have learned to do, Marlene, is like before, like I told you, I was Christmas Central, New Year's Central.
Hmm.
Everybody will come here to celebrate when my mother-in-law was still alive, rest in peace now. But everybody, my house was the place to come, and with the same talking, they will come, eat, have fun, and leave, right? I will spend three,
Oh.
4 days cleaning before the party and a week cleaning after the party. But
Uh,
the thing is that the next day they will come up for the food rewarm up. So they will be here like around 11 from leaving at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, at 11 a.m. or 12 to have breakfast slash lunch with us all over again. the next day.
Oh, so your house is the party, and then you also host the after show.
Oh no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And I buy the tickets for everybody too. So I used to, for years we did this, and I remember getting very anxious when it was getting close to Christmas. I will be depressed. I will get more quiet. I will be getting that rush of adrenaline, and I will panic a little, I will panic. I will start panicking and not sleeping well, not being able to just sit down and watch a show. I will, in constant go, 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 go mode, right? So I was creating for myself unnecessary, again, because this was unnecessary. I understood that the minute I said the parties are not going to be at my house anymore, now we have to pick somebody else's house to do it at. So we can turn, we can take turns every year. A family hosts. It only happened the 1 year after I said no more. It only happened the 1 year after we celebrated in so and so's family. The following year, you know what? Let's all celebrate in our houses. That way we don't have to drive, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days, and if you want you can come tomorrow, drop off the kids. So when I started seeing that, it was just because I was the one taking on all the burden. They just came here to eat, so they didn't want to put the work, so I was creating that environment for me, for people that were not going to appreciate whether I did it or not.
Hmm.
Unnecessary.
They were just using you. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I was doing this to me because for several times I was told, "Why are you doing this? Let's call it off. Why do it? Let everybody do their own thing. Who cares?" But I was the one trying to always keep the family unit, the family together, the nieces, the nephews, everybody. So I was doing this just to create that because the kids were little and I wanted them to bond. But at the end of the day, as they grow up, even if they growing up together, that doesn't mean they're gonna stick around and be cousins for life, right? Or the bond is gonna stay. It doesn't. Everybody goes their way and does their own thing. But I had to learn that the hard way, the following year that I'm telling you, we all went there and it was quick. They did just something small. It wasn't even as big as I did. And then everybody like, okay, we're tired of you guys. We're tired. Kick you guys out of my house. So there's a lot of things that you have to keep in mind, and a lot of ways that you can help yourself, this season. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Nexie, that's the most important thing. As long as you are happy, as long as your family is happy, that's what matters. Um, a lot of times, like being 100% real and transparent, we're doing all of these things, bending over backwards to make everybody happy. And you're trying to make everybody happy, but you're not happy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's the thing, and the worst thing is that your unhappiness goes straight back to your family, you know, your kids, your spouse. You end up sometimes getting very sick from all the stress that you have in your body. So it's unnecessary. Making yourself happy and those people that are around you happy, it shouldn't take that much work. That's how I feel now.
See, but that's the whole thing, Nexie. That's a balanced mental health. The more that I started to work on myself and recognize, how I'm feeling and making boundaries and find out, I know right away when somebody comes in the room with that negative energy and they pull and they
Hmm.
suck it right. I can feel it right away. And I was like, oh boy. Whereas before, I did it's not that I didn't know. I realized because then I would go home and be so sleepy that I just want to go straight to bed. But
Hmm.
now I can feel the people who are draining or trying to add some negativity. you know?
And you cut him off right away. And the thing that I had to, and I do to this day, Marlene, is as I move forward from, because it's been years since I have hosted anything in my house. I mean, I'm talking years, almost
Wow.
probably 20 years the last time I did it. Um, so what I do now is if I get invited somewhere and I know it's gonna be stressful because it's family after all, right? I know that
Mhm.
it's going to be stressful. I go there for a certain amount of time, and whoever is being negative, I move away. I don't stay long, and then I come home. I already have my little kit. I light up my little candle. I grab a mask and I put it on my face, and I relax. I don't allow that to bother me anymore. I have found ways to cope with the stressors of the holidays. And the same thing I do, like if I go shopping, for during the holidays and all these people are buying gifts and I'm just there for food or whatever it is that I am, I try to go at a time that is not as busy, right?
Mhm.
But let's say I happen to be there when it's busy. I try to psych myself out and then I buy myself something to drink and I relax in the car for a little bit, or I come home and relax a little bit, get all the stress out, because it's not worth it. Your mental health is the most important one, part of your body that you can have, because that's going to take care of everything else.
You know what has helped me a lot with that, Nexi? Shopping with a crowd, AirPods or some sort of device, like putting on your favorite music, like everything melts away. The next thing you start
Mm.
shaking your head and bopping, like, yeah, it's fun then. It's
Okay,
not,
now,
yeah, it's not overwhelming like it would
okay.
be.
Now let me tell you the autistic person in me.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like to wait in lines. No, 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 no. Like Mr. Somebody who doesn't like to wait in any rides or anything. He
Mhm.
wants to go first. Well, the autistic person in me doesn't like to wait. So when those self checkouts came out, oh, girl, I was in heaven. I was like, yes, I don't have to wait for anybody. I can just
Well,
go straight to
well,
the
guess what?
self check.
This is another recommendation for the autistic in you. Um, Ordering your groceries ahead of time, so all you have to do is go to the door
Yes,
and their wait
yes.
is waiting. Hmm.
Marlene, I already
Yeah,
got that down.
yeah,
You just go there, they bring them to you, and you don't have to worry about it. But I got something better. There's others that you just order your groceries and they bring them to you to your house.
yeah.
That's
You can
even
get it delivered
better.
to your home, or they
Exactly.
have places that you just pull up in certain parking spaces and pop your trunk, and they put it in your trunk.
Yes, and
Yeah.
this way, if you want, there's options. You don't have to be there, and you don't have to aggravate your mental health before you actually have to, which is at the family parties.
Yes. Yeah. I want to highlight this comment from Keith. He says, working on yourself is one of the most important things you can do. And, it wasn't until I realized that, it's not until your mental health is affected before you really realize how much you are affected.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's what that's one of the things about life is you don't see how bad it is until you see how
You don't know how
far.
broken you are. Broken. You
Yeah,
really are.
you'd be
But
like, I'm
that is
really
like,
messed up right now. Yeah.
I'm this human being of perfection. Yeah, that's what I said. But wait a minute, I'm broken. I really need these hours. No, 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 no. It's the school who's asking me for this. No, but the thing is that once you get to work on that, you start knowing yourself, Marlene. Knowing yourself means you know your triggers.
Mhm.
That's important. And I don't get tired of telling people, know your triggers. If there is a
Yes.
family member or an extended family member that brings you to that place where you don't want to go to, That's when those ear pods and putting your head down, I mean, your hair down comes just perfectly fine because they don't
No,
know.
this is what next. No, no, no. I gotta tell you, this is a lifesaver. This is when you have a friend that doesn't come to those occasions that will call you. Oh, for real? Oh, I got to. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. An emergency came up. I gotta go. It was nice to
Marlene,
see everybody.
I have a buddy that all I gotta say is, you want to go home? And this little person is like, let's go home, let's go home, let me go get your purse, let me go get your keys. I'm sorry, I really have to go. He wants to go, I have to go now, bye everybody. But knowing those triggers and having escape from those individuals that, instead of lifting you up, are gonna bring you down even more, those are the things that are important, Marlene, for our, mental
Yes.
health. And that there's nothing wrong with saying stop, not now, or give me a second, move away. If you don't want to confront them because it's Christmas, whatever, just get away from these people. They
Hmm.
bring nothing good to you. And I don't want to people to think that I'm disrespectful. It's not that I am, it's just that I'm telling you the truth.
Hmm.
Because they say whatever they want, they dish it out with you, whatever they say, okay, because everything they had inside is out already, so they're happy. Now you're the one with all of their
You know what
crummy
that's called?
little
You know what that's called, Nexie?
mm-hmm.
Transfer of energy.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
the
not.
negative energy gets transferred to you.
Hmm.
Now they're okay because they already gave you everything they had inside and was bothering them. Now you're the one left with all of what they gave you. So before you get there, because you get to know family members, right? Before you get to that point, always have an escape plan. Always make up an excuse to get up to do whatever. Don't stay there and listen, because regardless of what you do, you will never be good in anybody's eyes. This people's eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what you do, they're just negative. And
Yeah.
so,
And you know what, Nexie, I'm sorry to cut you
no,
off,
go
but
for it. Go
I
for it.
had to get this while it's fresh in my brain. But I find that a lot of times that no matter what it is, you could be doing something amazing. Like, I just paid off my house, I just bought a car, I'm in school, things are going good with my health. I took off 40 pounds. Like, and they're just looking at you. Oh, yeah, like that's it, like
Oh
a
no, no,
joke.
you say I lost weight. I took off 40 pounds. Yeah, I see that your arms are all soggy now. I can see your double chin is soggy now.
Yeah.
They cannot say anything, or yeah, that's why you're wearing that little turtleneck or that scarf, huh? Because of your chin. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose weight. They have nothing
Yeah, they
positive to.
always turn anything that you say into something negative.
Yes, ma'am. Or
Oh,
you you go through school. A lot of people go through a lot of schooling, right, to become somebody, and then your family, your brothers, your mother, your father, whatever it is. Sometimes they don't really know. They don't care to know what you do or the sacrifice that you have made, right? And oh yeah, she works in something of whatever she does. I think she does something in there, but I'm not sure what. And you look at him like, you're my parent. Shouldn't you know what I do? Or shouldn't you be more interested in what I do? And that is a put down, for
y-
kids as well.
listen, Nexie, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, because I had a family member tell me this. I said, "Oh, we know what you do, but it's nothing important."
Oh, ouch.
Like, what is that? And I was
Oh,
like,
to you, you mean? Yeah, because
yeah, and
to
that's
me it
what,
is.
and that's why it got under my skin a long time, because I had to learn to stop putting so much energy into their opinion of me.
Mm-hmm.
When I mastered that, stop allowing other people to take your power away, because they're doing is, projecting their fears, their opinions, their worries, whatever, onto you. So don't be concerned when somebody says something like that to you, when they say, "Oh, that's not important." So, I give it right back to them. I said, "Oh, so what are you doing with your life that's so significant?"
That's when they don't know what to
Yeah, and
say.
no, and then you do the double blink like the deer in headlight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like
That's
I
what
was
I
saying.
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so you were saying about me. No, but you see, a lot of we have that. Like I, again, I haven't been that type of person that allows people that. But in order for me to prepare for that's when the anxiety will come up. Because I was all crazy cleaning the house, doing this, cooking, and the anxiety to make everything so perfect. And then sometimes you will go way beyond others' expectations on gifts, and they will come with, "Oh, I forgot. You know what? I was gonna buy them, but I forgot. But I'll give them to them next week." And my kids will be like, "Oh, okay." So those things are the things that you need to start looking into. Is that whoever brings you that much anxiety, that much unhappiness,
Mhm.
and they're not grateful for anything you do, no matter what you do, then those people and those places and that environment is what we have to remove ourselves from.
Mhm.
And I don't mean permanently or at all. You can go stay for have a certain time that you can stay and then bolt before it gets crazy.
Yes. Hey, Word, how are you doing? Welcome.
Hayward.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I hope you're well. That's one of the things that I found 100%, Nexie. 100% is that I had to learn to stop allowing other people to be happier than I was. It was like I had one of my best girlfriends, and she told me that she was like, "Why are you doing all of this to make everybody happy? And no matter what you do, you're never going to make them happy."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? And she was like, so you spending all this money, effort, time, stress on trying to make everybody happy, and they still are not going to be happy. Guess what? They're actually going to complain and say, but you forgot, like you could do everything and be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, but you didn't have this.
Oh, this thing is a little salty. Did you make this?
Yeah. Like you didn't make three macaroni and cheeses, like just one.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you sometimes overwhelm yourself to the point of sickness for people that are not going to appreciate you, even if you turn yourself inside out for them. And that's the thing that I had to learn, because I'm not a person that looks at a gift when it comes to pricing. I'm not like that, Marlene. I really not. But what I will do, because we all have certain budgets, right, that we have for the family. But what I will do is always look into what the kids were into and then buy them a toy that reflected, or a t-shirt, or an outfit, or a pair of sandals or shoes, something that they liked, the cartoons they were watching, if they were into Legos, I would try to match like a nice set of Legos, not too expensive, right? Something, because you can go and get good deals if you start early. And so I will do this to match my nieces and nephews, but then my children, they will get the crappiest of toys. And I don't mean the money. I meant that they wouldn't even think of what my kids liked.
Yeah,
And
it
so,
it was a gift that they just found somewhere. It wasn't like you knew that they liked a specific type of cartoon and buy that because you know they like it. They would
or
just buy
yeah,
whatever that they saw.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah. Did your mic go out, Nexie? I think your mic went
That's
out.
not what I'm saying, because I was able to do
Okay.
a lot, something they liked, like a little, like Legos. Let's like they like Legos, so I will grab this nice set of Legos for $10, $12. But I will do it because my niece or my nephew liked that. So they knew what my kids like because they play with them all the time. My relatives are always here. So I'm thinking, so you just went there and bought him a pair of like four pairs of socks, two shirts from I don't know where, like nothing that my kids liked. So I was like, okay, why am I going through all of this trying to get the best deals, thinking about their kids, but they're not thinking about my kids. So when I started making that, I started seeing that my mental health was not okay. I was trying to, that comparison, that competition. I was like, no, no, I can't do
Mhm.
this. So that's when I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. You guys celebrate, we're going to your house next year and then to so and so's house the following year and then whoever years follows and then my turn. But yeah, it ended the first year that it started because nobody
Yeah.
was willing to put up with anybody else.
Yeah, but they expect for you to put up with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did that
Mhm.
every Christmas and every New Year's.
Yeah. And also, in talking about this, we have to acknowledge those who trigger us and our mental health. Like they come with their problems, and it's like immediately I can feel my. I don't know about you, Nexie, but
My blood pressure.
I can feel myself getting dumber.
Yeah, my blood pressure rising.
I feel myself getting dumber being around them because okay, next, this is a thing. Like, this is no shots at anybody. This is meant with the utmost disrespect, but we all have people who are our relatives that they complain about this. They've been complaining about the same thing for the past 15 years.
Put it 40 years, but we'll go with yours.
Ah. And then they come and everybody, I mean, you could tell exactly what they're going to say because everybody knows the story by now, by word by word.
Yes. Yes. Or the relative that asks, how you doing today, honey? How have you been? And you're about to answer, oh, let me tell you about my day. Oh my God. This past few days, you're about to answer, right? Well, I've been okay. You sometimes get the I've been okay, but and then they're like, oh my God, so have I. I've been okay. Oh my God, I have so many problems. Oh my blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I thought you asked me how I was doing because I haven't even had the chance to ask you.
No, Nexie, you did good if you got to say I've been okay, because most of the time it says, "Oh, how have you been doing?" Yeah, for me, you they didn't even pause.
and the on and on and on we go. And it's not that we're making fun of our relatives per se, it's that we're making fun of the places we put ourselves in
Mhm.
to
Well,
please people that can never be pleased.
no, no matter what you do, they're never going to appreciate you. They will never respect what it is that you do. And one of the things that is one of my pet peeves is I speak about it over here and on my other channels very transparently. The person that I was when I was younger, I wasn't the best person because I was very selfish, self-absorbed, negative, because I hadn't worked on myself. But the whole thing about it is that everybody is still looking at me through those eyes. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
because they don't let anything go.
Yeah, they don't let anything go, and they don't see that I was, and people who know me, they was like, no, Marlene's not like, Marlene hasn't been that way for quite a while. Actually, you're like that.
You're still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, you're still there, but she's moved on many moons ago. Yeah.
And that's the thing, or the family members that they come, you give them a gift and oh, I was going to, but my economy, you know how it is. I haven't
Mhm.
been okay financially, and I feel so bad taking the gift, but I was gonna bring something for the kids, but I haven't been able to. I'm like, it's okay, I'm giving it to you just for that. And then they go around the table with the same thing. She gave me this and I didn't bring anything for her and the kids, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, how many times are you gonna sit? That's what me and my siblings, we all bring out the little mini violin.
Yeah, I have 10 of those.
And it's like, uh oh, get ready.
So yeah, so Marlene, I started like there was a process with me, right? We've said here many a times in your podcasts that, once you start working on yourself and you start analyzing your likes and dislikes, you start seeing who you are, who you truly are, and how much you're willing to put up
Mhm.
with or not put up with. When you start knowing yourself and you start working on yourself, you find out in ways that you have been wasting your kindness, right? Your
Yes.
your your hard work, your youth, and everything, and you
Your
start.
money.
I was getting.
I can't. You were taking too long. I was like, your
I wanted to
money.
be kind. It's the holidays. No, and so you start realizing that the things that you do affect you, that you do for others, even though when you don't want to, even though it's not worth it, it's not good, it's not going to be in a good outcome. The things that you do hit you in more ways than just spiritually and everything. It hits you in your pockets,
Yep. And
right?
and it hits you mentally too, because the effect of what they like, when you do something, you work hard for your money, and then you give it to someone, and then the disrespect,
Yeah,
like, oh,
you
like
get
they had
depressed.
they had to do this. Oh, and they have it, why can't they, like the enabling, well, I'm trying to think of the word, but it's just like that sense of feeling that they deserve to get everything, the entitlement
Yes,
of it
the
all.
entitlement. There you go. But I
Hmm.
resolved that once I started working on myself and I started saying, what? These people have been telling me for years, why do you keep on putting yourself in this position? Stop it. We don't need to do all this, or you don't need to do all this. Once I started getting that, and I said, you know what? The first thing I did, the first year I started therapy, I said, hey, starting this year, I'm only gifting the little ones. Nobody after the age of 10 will get a gift from me. So 10 and under, those are the only ones that are going to get a gift, because it's only fair. We have a lot of kids in the family, right? And that's what I did, Marie. And I ended up with a lot more money than I had done years ago.
Yeah, and the kiddos will always appreciate you.
Oh yeah,
I can't say the same
for
is for the
grown-ups.
adults. Like, you know, okay, let me give an example. There was, what year was that? What was the year with the economy crash? I believe that was like 2007 to, what year was that next? It was somewhere around there,
Somewhere around there. Yeah, I
2007,
don't remember.
2007, 2008. But anyways, that was a really hard time for not just me. I know lots of people, and I just couldn't afford to do certain things. But I did. I didn't get a $300 something for them, but it was the effort behind it, and
Mm-hmm.
the way they looked at it, like, that's all you spent. You could have kept that.
Ah, exactly.
And
And
that was before I did my recovery. So I just snatched it back. I said, well, and then, oh, you took it back? I said, I sure did. I'm an Indian giver.
and that's the thing is, when you start doing these things, you start seeing that everybody, because before it was for a gift for the couple, right, the family, and then all of the 6 kids that they had, and then another gift for the couple, and then another 5 kids. So there's so many, and so much money goes out, and then you're depressed because at the end you end up with so much more missing money than you get joy out of what you did. So
Yeah.
once I did that, I was like, oh, my pockets are full. They're heavier. I like this. My wallet is, chunkier. There's not that money. And I started asking people to bring something. Let's turn it into a potluck.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you bring is what you're gonna eat. So if you don't bring anything, You're gonna eat
Mhm.
whatever anybody else brought. And then it will be like, oh, I forgot I was going to do this, but I got late. So we just bought this at the store. I'm like, no problem. That's exactly what you guys are dining on tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. But one of the things that I learned is that I'm gonna have to take a deep sigh. Everybody
Go
move
for
your
it.
toes out of the way.
They
But
are moved out. Ay,
okay, you
hold on.
moved them next. Good.
Yes,
So
they're moving.
there are some relative associates, in-laws that you
Mm,
just have to just not be around, just
mm-hmm,
not do things for them, and point blank just not listen to anything that they say, because let's just admit it, a lot of it is foolishness. They don't talk anything that
mm.
makes any sense. You know, when you go to these events, and it is an event because it's nothing but drama. And you just
Mm.
see them talking, you see their lips moving, like, what in the world are they talking about?
Marlene is not an event; it's a production.
Yeah, it's a production. It's like, I was like, I didn't know I was going to Broadway.
Oh my
You
god,
laugh, Nexie. I'm serious.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about all the family members that can relate to. I'm thinking of how many times we've been in productions that, since we already know them, we just look at them. Oh, they're upset right now. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, he probably fought with her, and then the kids are upset because they were fighting. Like, okay, I got it. I got it. They're upset. Let's not talk to them right now.
Yep, that's exactly right, Nexie. It's exactly right. So, having conversations like this is so important. And, if the people that you are close to, what has helped me and my anxiety and for my overall well-being is for me to know what is going to be the expectations. What is this going to
Mm-hmm.
cost? Who's going to be there? How long are we expected to be there, and all of those things, because that helps me to cope with the situation better. Me going to somewhere not knowing who's going to be there, who will show up,
Mm-mm.
what's like, what is it going to be? Is it going to be just food? Is it just going to be, we're what going to come together, watch a movie? Is it going to be dancing? Like, that helps me to make a decision whether I want to go there or not, because most of the time, if it's going to be music or something, people will be dancing. It's not going to be, where everybody talking. I can handle that, but the ones where people are sitting around, no,
Mm-mm. Nope.
I'm not going.
I had decided a long time ago that in big holidays like the ones coming up, Christmas, New Year's, even Thanksgiving, I don't go anywhere. It's too dangerous to be driving. There's a lot of crazies out there. Um, and the pandemic just cemented what the outcome of everything anyway. But I had decided a long time ago, and I was implementing that I stay home. Whoever wants to come see me, they can come. I cook, my kids come and eat, and then they go their way, or we do it a day after the holiday. To
Mm,
avoid traffic, to avoid everything, or a day before. Like this year, I'm gonna have a quiet Christmas here at home with my son. Just the two of
mm,
us. And my son is here as well, but he's gonna go a little bit to his in-laws' house, and then him and his wife will come back and stay with me. Now we're gonna celebrate Christmas on the 26th with my daughter
okay.
and our new grandbaby. But that's
Mhm,
it. We don't do anything big. It's just small, and I do it sometimes either day before or a day after the holidays, and I just have a
okay.
nice, quiet, peaceful holiday because healthy for a healthy mind, healthy body and mind, and for my well-being, I had to decide to do it that way because me being okay mentally, me being okay health-wise, it goes around to the other people that depend on me, like my son.
Mhm,
Like we said it before, Marlene, we have our special needs that needs us to be at 100% because they don't know any better. So
Yep.
for me and for his well-being too, I decided to do that. He loves Christmas, don't take me wrong. He can go and
Mhm.
you can take him out for lights everywhere you want. He loves that. But when it's too rowdy, too noisy, too everything, he doesn't like that. So I
Yeah.
decided to stay home and have a quiet holiday here by myself, and I like it.
Hmm.
I really do, Marlene. I have
Yeah.
avoided a lot of drama.
See, and that's the whole thing, Nexie, is that you have to, every single person, every family has to know what they personally want to do, what they feel comfortable with, all of that, you know? Yeah.
Exactly. And they
You
have to
have to know.
respect. And they have to respect your decision, Marlene. Because that's the one thing that I had to, kind of like have to put my feelings aside and say, no, this is what I want. If you don't like it,
Mhm.
then, I'm sorry. That's a you problem, right? This is what I'm deciding for my mental health, for my anxiety to be in check, for, the rest of my family not to suffer. I decided to just sit at home and do my thing here at home because I feel more comfortable this way. I go to bed at midnight or after midnight, and I'm here eating, watching my movies or whatever with my son, comfortable, and I don't have to be driving, risking my life with all those drunk drivers or whatever, and I don't have to be cold. I don't have to be, tired, wanting to leave, but I can't because of whatever. So no, I don't want to do that anymore. And I had implemented that a long time ago, and I like it.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that that's the best thing. Every single person has to know what they want to do, and then you have to just go forward with that. I just, and there's nothing like how that feels when you start doing things that make you feel good about yourself. And
Hmm.
um people who are very toxic and users and manipulators could never understand why it is like when you change, they'll say you changed, and you be like, you better believe I have.
You're different. Heck yeah, I'm different. You're still the
Yeah.
same though.
Yeah, you say I grew up. You say look at me. Look, my nose is not brown anymore.
I'm a grown up now. No, but you see, people have to respect that. And I know people talk and they have talked about me, my decisions, the way I am. I don't care. You see, and this is what
Mhm.
the one thing I always tell people: the minute you say, "Hey, here's the mortgage payment," I may or may not give you a say in one on the decisions that I take.
Yeah.
I pay your
Or
electricity.
next thing, here's the property taxes. Here's my
Yeah,
insurances. Yeah. Are you gonna
yeah.
pay it?
And
No.
if you
Okay. Bye
do,
bye.
let's say you come in and you contribute a little bit to my bills and stuff, I may or may not take in consideration what you're telling me. That's up to me because after all, it's still my person. But what I had to learn to do is not to care what the outcome of the decision I was making at that point was. You cannot worry about that. People are going to talk whether you go ahead with the party or you cancel it. They're going to always talk. So I had to
Mhm.
learn to let that go. Who cares if it affects 1,000 people? Then let them deal with each other. As long as I'm not affected, I don't care, because this is my house, this is my time, okay, my personal time, my me time. So I don't
Mhm.
want it shared with anybody, and that's how I do it. They come and my kids get their gifts. I go sometimes and deliver them later, or like I said before, and that's it. And we just wish each other, Merry Christmas over Zoom or FaceTime or whatever.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
I know a lot of people now, like the best thing, like for them, for their mental health, they just say they just do a Zoom, like everybody calls in, and then when you get
I've been
sick
so
of
many
them, you
people,
just
and
say,
and
I gotta
we
go.
have to. The thing
Yeah.
is that we will drive sometimes for an hour and a half to go somewhere, And the little creature will say, nope, I'm not going in. And you cannot move
Mm.
a mountain. And that is a mountain.
Mhm.
so so we will get to the place and we will have to take turns going in, saying hi, eating, come back, stay with him. I go in, eat, come back, and hey, we gotta go because he won't come in. And no matter how many people went and begged them to come in, he will say no, and it was no.
Yeah,
So
when somebody who has special needs, that's what somebody, if you don't have that in your family, really don't understand
understand.
it. Yeah, but I have special needs family member, and when I say they won't be budged,
And no, they don't, and it has
nope.
nothing to do with being disrespectful. They don't know any better. That's how they are. And I remember the one time that he did this, and somebody said, oh, I thought you said that no man was gonna tell you what to do. And I said, no, 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 let me correct you. I said there hasn't been a man born that is gonna tell me what to do. Now he's born. Now he's telling me what to do. And that's the difference. And so with that in mind, I had to start thinking my mental health, it's important and everything, but also his.
Yeah,
I have to make sure that his is in balance as well. Because going through all of this, it will disrupt them. He will get more anxious and stuff. And that anxiety will bring even more to me.
yeah.
Right. So all of
Uh,
these things, yeah. I'm sorry, Marlene, go on.
oh yeah, I was just saying an important. I this another thing where I may step on some toes, and I don't mean to, but sometimes with traditions and things like that, that may be your tradition as mom, dad, uncle, grandma, whatever. But when children get to be a certain age and they don't want it, they don't like it, or whatever, do you try to force them into doing it, or do you allow them to be okay? Because I've had somebody in my family say it, being around everybody's like, why go to these things with all of these people who don't care for each other? They only get together 2 times a year. Like, no, like, I don't want to go.
Exactly. And you said it, something very, very important, very key here is that people that don't have special needs in their life, they don't understand. They don't
Mhm.
understand that, you know, um, it's special needs. That means traditions, birthdays, dates, whatever, that goes out the window for them. There's no such a thing of
Mhm.
tradition, or we do it every Sunday. Yeah, and guess what? Until this little person was born, we used to do
Yep.
it every Sunday, or we used to do traditional things. For them, is their time, their way, or the highway.
Yep.
And it's not that we want to give in, it's that we have to give in because their brain works totally different than ours.
Right next to, and also, they have feelings,
Yeah, of
and
course.
if they don't want to do something, would it be fair? Would it be fair to force them to do something that they don't want to do? No, it wouldn't. We wouldn't like that. So,
I and and
yeah.
this is something, and again, you have to take into consideration. You said, their feelings and everything. I went to a gathering with my family, and one of my family members said hi to my son, and my son is all into computers. That's his language. You want to get his attention, talk to him about computers or anything that is electronic. He loves that. So he was asking him some questions, and my son just said hi, and he asked him, how you doing, whatever. My son just looked at him and took off, and I overheard my uncle saying that my son had been disrespectful to him. And I went right back. I was so upset, and I said, are you kidding me? He's autistic. Well, he didn't even say hi to me. I said, he's autistic. I said, you wanted him to come to your world? I said, no, uncle, you have to go into his. If you want to talk to him, ask me how you can talk to him so that he can engage with you. Other than that, it's not going to be possible for you to have a conversation. But don't say that my son was disrespectful. I said that's very hurtful and very rude. His
No,
special needs is autistic.
right next to, and also that's one of the things that we are the ones that need to learn. They already
Mm-hmm.
have it together. I do believe 100% that the special needs that they're teaching us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Because
my son will open the door. No, we don't like you. Boom. I'll be called. Your son just threw the door in my face. Oh, hold on. Let me ask. Is it okay if they come in? Is your friend? Yes. Okay. So
mm,
it's not that he's rude or anything. It's just how his mind works. So it's some people don't understand that, and they can be very, offensive and very hurtful. But
no,
your world.
but it's that way, Nexie, when someone doesn't choose to understand them.
Mhm,
It's one of those things that you have to learn. It's a lot of boundaries when it comes to those who have special needs. When you have a special needs relative, you
mhm.
you have to you can't just run up on them and just grab them and hug
Oh
them. No,
no.
no, there's boundaries. You have to be like, hey, do you mind if I get a hug? And then they'll look at you, and then they look at me. I was like, it's up to you. Don't look at me.
You
And
know
then they'll
that
be like, no.
the shirt. There was a shirt that said "bear hug" or "hug bear," something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I bought one for my son that said "no bear hugs, please." So that
Oh.
people, he had a bear and he had the no hugs
Yeah, he should
because
have the one with a bear with a big old
yeah,
X through it.
yeah, he had a big X. I don't even know what that shirt is. He was little at this point, but I people have to understand that the special needs community, they come to you if they trust you. They don't trust people like we do right away. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually very more smarter than us when it comes, to feelings and to trust and to all of that. We need to come into their world and allow them to come around us. We don't hover over them.
Exactly, Nextly. And you know, these are the kind of conversations that I love to have. And this one is another very important one, talking about our mental health, like the mental health of not only yourself but your children. And we didn't really talk about the mental health of the elderly, but our elderly family members and friends and associates. A lot of times, if you think about, most of them are shut in. You know, they're home
Mm-hmm.
all the time by themselves. What would it take to put forth some extra effort and go to them? I know that it could be maybe inconvenient, but think about how it would feel if you didn't feel good or you're riddled with pain, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to be forced to get up, get dressed, and go on a long car ride just to make you comfortable.
Exactly.
You're younger. You have a car. You
You
have
make
the
the effort to
Yeah.
do
You
that
make
and
the
come to
effort to
the
do it.
elderly. And
Hmm.
that's exactly, Marlene. And that's a great point. I had forgotten about that. But that's a great point, that we forget that, our elderly need attention, need for us
Hmm.
to pay forward what they have paid for us already, right? And instead of us doing all these huge festive things, why not just grab dinner and go to our elderly relative and have
Hmm.
dinner there? Even if we make a mess, we can clean it up, but they will stay comfortable in their home.
Hmm.
you
and
know
and the whole thing, like, we there was a really fun one that we did one time. We just went and just had dessert, because
exactly.
it was too much for the whole dinner and stuff. So everybody brought what you call it, a tray. So everybody in there could have, like, one person brought an apple pie, one person brought a cake, and somebody else brought pie, cake, and I think it was ice cream. So so everybody could get a little bit of everything, and it was perfect because everybody could. just have the dessert, and then it wasn't no big mess. And, then they could just head on off to bed whenever they were done. They didn't have to worry about, now going home, you know, getting
Mm-hmm.
undressed. Yeah. And we even said, stay in your pajamas. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't even get ready for us. Nope. Because right after this, you brush your teeth. Good night.
Yep. I've had pajama Christmases. We
Yep.
stay in our pajamas. We watch movies. We enjoy our gifts. We open them. We have fun. We take pictures. And once we're done, we have our dessert, and everybody goes to bed. They're
Mm-hmm.
the best. And
Yeah.
you
That.
spend it with the people that you love the most.
Mhm. Yeah, you don't have to all this fancy stuff and be in these gowns, just spend
Ugh.
all this money just for 10 minutes.
And for someone to say, and that's the gown you chose? Oh, okay. That's the
Yeah.
color? You like that color? You're like, what? Is something wrong with my color?
Yeah.
No,
Uh
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm telling you. It has my mental health has improved so much. And my
mm,
children and I have become closer by doing it this way. Before we will drive sometimes to when my mother-in-law passed away, we'll drive to my mom's and go have it over there, but it's so far. We
mm,
had to spend the night over there and then drive back. So it's too much. It really is
mm,
too much. Now I spend it here, and we celebrate the way we all like it, because my kids are not the type of kids that they like to be out partying and stuff like that. They like to stay home. They're
mhm,
they're home type of kids. Even when they were younger, they didn't really like to go out and about and do their thing. So they were always at home. So for them, for us to stay here and enjoy it, it's more meaningful than it is
right.
to be out and about, throwing those like elaborate dinners and those big dance parties, and then you have a
Mm,
mess to pick up, and you end up
yep.
finding bottles of whatever beverage in the bottom of your pool, a lot of cups. So yeah, no, it
Mhm.
makes
Or
it makes
all
no
or
sense.
all the plates underneath your sofa.
Ugh, yes.
Mhm. Oh, I wanted to highlight this comment from Keith. He
Ah, your
says that
children are so beautiful. Sorry,
this
what you say?
has oh, that's okay. This has been an interesting week before the holiday. This Monday, our overnight manager has passed, so the energy has definitely
Oh,
been different at work.
I am so
Mm,
sorry to hear that, Keith.
mm.
I
I
am
can't
so
imagine what
sorry.
that would do to everybody's mental health. Like,
Yes, especially someone that it's close to them. They're around
mhm,
every day, and right before the holidays. I'm so sorry, Keith.
mm,
I'm so sorry you're
very
going through
sorry.
this.
Condolences. And I hope they're going to do something for the company morale, because that can make everybody feel very discouraged and sad. I hope they're going to do something for, like, seeing a therapist or bring in a counselor. I hope they do something, cuz that can affect everybody on the job.
Or give
So,
them a couple of mental day healths. They can stay
mhm.
home and be with their family, be together. It's hard when somebody that you work with closely like that passes away, especially before the holidays. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Um and that's why me and next we that's why we always do the sip and chat. You never know who needs this.
Hmm.
When we do the sip and chat, we just open it up and start talking about things, but it really is something very important when we do these sip and chats. You never know who is dealing with what. So,
Hmm.
really, everybody is in our thoughts.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
want to reach people that are in need. Like Marlene says, you never know who can relate to our stories or what we've gone through or we're going through right now, or who can take a little bit from what we're saying. But you know, overall is to help others, find their voice, sort out their thoughts sometimes, if they're in the process of certain things. It's why we do this, because sometimes even us are going through things, and just doing this, right, Marlene? Our sip and chats, even just having these conversations can bring a peace of mind that we didn't have before, 5 minutes before we started that sip and chat.
Mm, yes, I really do appreciate, and I'm very thankful to have Nexie as one of my special friends in my life. That she gets me through things, I get her through things, and then together we both get others through things, and that means a lot to me.
Thank you, Marlene. The same goes for me. Like I said, 5 minutes before I was going through something, and here we are
Mm,
talking about things that relate to the holidays. I was a little down because sometimes the holidays can do this to you, right?
mhm,
We have lost our parents, and
mhm,
I was already feeling down because it's the second Christmas. And I was like, I don't know. And then I'm here, and then we're talking, we're giggling, we're laughing. Even though we're making light of the things that we're saying, they are very hurtful and painful. But we have to make light of it because we have to move forward.
yeah, yes, definitely great teamwork. Thank you, Keith. I think your mic went out,
Anything
Nexie.
in ourselves. Not on Marlene. A lot of therapy money to get here.
Yeah, a lot of therapy, a lot. Did I say a lot of therapy money?
A lot. Every money to get here to the point where we should have been a long time ago. But the point here is that if we can help someone, even just to smile or brighten their day a little bit with our craziness here, that
Mhm.
on itself is a plus for me as well. Marlene, you're very, very dear to me. I haven't known you for a long time, but I feel like I've known you forever.
Mm.
And that for me is very important, to have a friend like that.
Oh, the feeling is mutual, Nexie. The feeling is
Thank you.
mutual. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the sip and chat. And those of you who are my loves, my loved ones over here, if you have not already, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment in the comment section below. And there's other videos. Check out others past episodes of the sip and chat. And as always, shout out to my wonderful co-host, Miss Nexie.
Thank you, Miss Marlene. It's a pleasure being here with you. And happy holidays, everybody. We will see you guys next week on our next Sip and Chat, where we're going to tell all of what happened this week to us. Right, Marlene?
Yes, gonna spill all the
All
tea.
the beans. They'll be all over the floor. So don't miss that one. And thank you for coming. Thank you for having me, Marlene. It's always a pleasure here with you.
Yes, thank you so much to everybody, and have a great weekend. And we will see you next week, Thursday. Thanks for tuning into the Sip and Chat.
Bye, everybody. Thank you
Bye
for
bye,
coming.
everybody.